So then continuing on from that trigger, if you go to, I'll just open that up again. If you go to the new product sequence, this is the sequence then that is called, that gets the value when this trigger is called. So new product sequence, if it's empty, it calls new product sequence, gets the next value and puts it into product ID. And this is why I've set up the minimum value is that really large value that I had already showed, and then the maximum value just give a really, really big maximum value. But I also have it on a cycle, just in case it ever does somehow reach this really big number. If I wanted to edit that, I just go to it and then edit like usual. I can start incrementing by 10, so probably reach that number a lot quicker if I started incrementing by 10 or 100. So yeah, just cancel. Then if you want to create a new sequence, you just right click, new sequence, give it an appropriate name, and just put in the values. They're fairly easy to understand. Increment is how many values you want to add each time a new value is inserted. So you can increment say by 2, so it goes in 2s. So you can do it in 10s if you want. And you can cycle your value, and you can order your value, which I always do. That is my triggers and sequences. Then is creating views. So views are used to just limit what users can view, limit the data users can view from a table. So say for example, what views do I have? I have customer transactions. So this view combines data from the customer table and data from transaction table. So say if a user should be able to view this view to see what customers have ordered and when, but they're not able to see the customer's address or the customer's phone number. Things like that, like to just limit the amount that people can see. So if you want to create a new view, right click new view, but I'm just going to edit the ones I already have created to show. So I usually start with where I'm getting the view, I'm getting the data from. So I first start with the tables. So I was getting it from customer and in-store transaction. Makes it easy then, because when you do T dot, it should come up the columns. Oh, and so you just select all the data you want to view in, you want to insert into the view, all the columns from the tables that you're taking the columns from. And then this is the really important part. So you're saying where the customer ID from the customer table equals the customer ID in the in-store transactions table are equal. So that just groups the data. You're not displaying like all the data from these columns from the customer table and all the data from the transaction columns from the transaction table. You're grouping it. So, and then I'm ordering by customer first name just to keep it neat. So I'll show the output of that to just explain how the where works. So in data, yeah. So say there's Liz, customer number 10,002. She did 2 transactions. There's the 2 separate IDs for the transactions. And she was saved by 2 different members of staff in the same day. And that's a view that someone can look up, and they can make queries from this view as well. It is just if they can't make queries from tables, if that's one of the system privileges that was set up. And they can't make they can't make queries from a table, they can make queries from this view then. So then to make queries, or no, to insert data into tables. So say I will make a new staff member. The way I always do it, you can do it from the worksheet as like an SQL command. You can do it from SQL Plus as an SQL command. I just think the best way to do it is to just insert a row. So just click insert row, you put in your values, If you try to put in an email that's the same as the rest of these, it's going to return that you can't commit. If you try to put in a date of birth that's that's after 2003, it's not going to let you. And then you can leave this null. If you don't leave it null, then it will return you can't insert this row to the table. So when you insert all of your data, you commit changes. Obviously, haven't put in anything, so it's going to tell me nope. I will just do a sample. So I'll add a new tail staff, call him Jim. Bob. And I'll make him, I think number 3 is the floor. So say if I give him a date of birth that was 2004, like now, and say I actually tried to give him an email that was j@mail.com, it's the same as the one 2 rows up, and I commit changes, it's going to say the email was violated, and it's going to say I'll change it to 1999. Oh yeah, on my email. So I'll change that to JB. JB12. And commit successful. So there's Jim Bob, and he's given a new staff ID. If you want to remove it, you just hit the X and then commit changes, and Jim Bob's gone. To export data, so say I want to export it as an Excel file. Sorry, I'm just going to pause.